Visit sportsbookreview.com to learn more about BetOnline and its A-plus rated platform on the link below. It's deep dive time with Dave Mason from betonline.ag. Dave, thanks so much for taking time out of your busy Tuesday on Super Bowl week to hang out here with us on Sportsbook. But let's get right into it. No hellos, no how are yous. It's Super Bowl week. Where's the money coming? Where are your liabilities?
Well, action is very even for the most part. Spread, it's 50-50. The money is exactly 50-50. I mean, we're talking a few dozen dollars off from one way to the next. I mean, with a lot of money on the line. And I mean, it is just that even. Tickets, a little bit more on the Eagles, 54% are on the Eagles, plus 4.5. Money line, there's more bet in Philly, but you know how the odds are that we're not exposed on Philly anymore. We were, but that has come down. More money has come in on the Patriots at the last couple days. So as of now, if the game were right now, it would be a winner either way. A little bit of a bigger winner for the Patriots, but it'd be winner either way. Total, that's really our only big exposure right now. 70% of the action is on the over. Of course, there's a ton of props out there, and there's some exposures already building up as there always are. But from the big ways to bet the game, that's where we stand. The action is extremely even at this point, except for the total.
So the old theory is that a point spread is no relationship to what the final score is going to be. A point spread is supposed to split the betting action where half the bettors like one side and half the bettors like the other, and the bookmaker is then gets equal action on both sides, locks in an automatic profit with the vig or the juice, where you're laying 11 to win 10, and that in theory is supposed to be a bookmaker's best case scenario. Two-way action, no sweats, no liability. Is that what you want for the Super Bowl, or would you mind having a little bit of position on a game as big as this one?
Right. Yeah. I mean, that's the theory, but it's kind of it rarely happens that way because I mean, you it's so hard to get that even action because I mean, if you're off by half a point or a point just to get even action, then the sharps come out of the woodwork and pound it for 5, 6 figures, and next thing you know, you're exposed on the wrong side. So that even action stuff really, you know, doesn't happen as much as people think. Um, but yeah, for Super Bowl, I mean that's more a question for risk management. I think for the Super Bowl, man, we don't mind it as much because it's the last game of the year, and come next Monday and Tuesday, if you get beat like last Super Bowl, we got beat up pretty bad. I mean, that everybody's cashing out Monday and Tuesday, so you don't see those guys again till a lot of those football players until the following August, September. So it's more of the sweat is more it's more dire, I guess. If you lose those big games, if you lose those big games in the season, it's all right. Well, that just means we're gonna have more action next weekend. Or next Thursday night football is going to be that much more action, etc. Because everybody's loaded that week. So, but yeah, if you lose those big games in Super Bowl Sunday, it's it's you don't see a lot of that a lot of that money just disappears. So, uh, you know, hey, yeah, give me the even action, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to say.
Yeah, it sounds like a hard question, and I
It
like
is.
stumping you, like stump the bookmaker, uh, because with the unique situation of the Super Bowl, whereas many winners are going to cash out and go away, maybe the equal action works out in your favor in that regard. Now, obviously, when you talk about Brady and Belichick, we're talking about household names, guys that have factored into the American public consciousness. We're talking about, Nick Foles and Jim Schwartz and, the key components for the Eagles. They don't have that same level of familiarity with the betting public. When we're talking about the Super Bowl, is it really public bettors, or is it just the same guys who've been betting all year long who actually know all the Eagles players, or is it guys that just come in and they bet the Super Bowl and that's it, and it's going to be Patriots money for them?
Yeah, I mean, it is a Super Bowl, so if people want to get down on it. People are going to watch it. Might the ratings be down a little bit more because there's not a big name quarterback on one side, or who knows? I mean, the ratings have been down all season, so I think that would have a little bit more to do with it. But the ratings have been down, but our numbers have been up. So I think the people that want to bet are going to watch the game. The total, you know, uh, people that really don't have a lot of interest, that really, I'll watch Super Bowl just because it's on, kind of thing, that might not watch it this year. Those people really aren't the bettors, anyways. I mean, they might fill out a Squares pool or something like that, but they're not the kind of people that are going to go log on and deposit, and so action will be up. The early numbers are trending just ahead of last year's. Like last year was the biggest game we've ever booked in the history of BetOnline, and our early numbers are right ahead of that. So we're right on schedule. So I don't think if it matters if it's Nick Foles. That's not going to. Plus, that Philadelphia is such a huge betting part of the world. That whole Northeast. That so many bettors come out. I just got an email from someone I knew from way back when. That's a Philadelphia Eagles fan who never even bets, and just asking, how do I sign up and everything like that. So, a bunch of Philly people will come out of the woodwork to bet the game. So,
well, that's
action looks great.
Do you guys get a bunch of new signups this week? Is this a heavy
yeah.
signup week for?
Oh yeah,
as much as the first week of the season type of a deal, or not really?
No, not as much as the first week of the season, but it's number two this year. The biggest sign up week of the year. Usually it's week 1 NFL. This year it was the week of Mayweather McGregor.
Sure.
That week, because college football started, and we had that big fight. I mean, that blew everything out of the water. But usually it's NFL week 1, Super Bowl, college football week 1, Kentucky Derby week. Those are usually the biggest right there in that order.
We're talking here with Dave Mason from betonline.ag. Just one more question for you, Dave, but it's going to require a long answer. Where's the prop money coming? That's what everyone wants to know. Who are the sharps betting when it comes to props? Give them some winners out there.
Well, the winners. Well, our biggest exposures, as usual, are overtime and safety. I mean, those are just the biggest biggest exposures every year. And that the early action, that's going to be that again. I mean, overtime, yes, at plus 800, and safety, yes, at plus 800. They're both getting hit as usual. I mean, we're talking 96% of the money is on overtime, and 99% of the money is on there will be a safety. And those get hit every year. There's just always a sweat. And that was kind of the final kick in the drawers last year when that game went to overtime, and it was just another way we lost.
With the 2-point conversion, yeah.
Exactly. Just amazing, that game. Still whining about it. But no, I mean, the props action coming. Yeah, right. Props action coming in hot and heavy. We have something new this year too. It's we have this new player prop software. So we have a ton of props listed in our sports book, but also the player props. I mean, you can create your own props, matchups. You can match different players up to see who's going to rush for more yards, etc. So I mean, we're getting so much action, more action than ever coming in on props. They're always such a big deal for the Super Bowl.
Sure. And, they're saying that the handle in Las Vegas is going to break records. Last year was, 139 million. This year it's supposed to go above that. No surprise if BetOnline, too, has a record-breaking handle on Super Bowl Sunday. Dave, we talked about new accounts and what a big week this is for folks that want to sign up for the first time. What about guys that want to reload? You guys got a reload bonus they want to talk about?
Oh, absolutely. We always have a reload bonus on the site. Use promo code LIFEBONUS for a 25% reload bonus with a maximum bonus of $1,000. That's available every day of the year, 24/7, 365. It's one of the most generous reload bonuses in the entire industry. So go over to betonline.ag/promotions. You'll find that bonus in addition to the welcome bonus as well.
Good stuff. Dave Mason, thank you so much for sharing some time with us on a busy Super Bowl week. We'll talk about the carnage next Tuesday. Looking forward to it.
All right, Teddy, take care.
Like the show? Help us keep the lights on. Please make sure to comment, share, and subscribe to all the Sportsbook Review videos. Thanks so much. Best of luck. Enjoy the game.